Coming to you from the Strings and Things studio in Ventura, California, this is the Strings Unraveled podcast.
Okay. Hello.
We're here in person together, which is why you all can't see us.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, those are so cute.
They can't see us.
Yeah.
Her markers are adorable.
Markers,
I mean,
yeah.
the project is also really
it's
pretty.
Like, this is an old pattern, you know. I'm rediscovering
It's
a
her
pattern.
pom-pom markers in various shades of blue. It's why it appeals to me.
Are little Michael's pom-poms. You stick a head pin through it and put it on a big jump ring, and it makes a fantastic stitch marker. It's better as a beginning of the round marker, but it's pretty fun to have.
They're very
like
festive. You could just knit them into your hat.
You could, yeah.
That would be fun.
I'm gonna make some
Intentionally
more.
knitting it instead of
Maybe.
accidentally.
Yeah, right. Purposefully knitting your stitch marker in. What a fun
I've
design.
never done that by accident, said the liar.
I think early on, maybe one time, and then I was
Yeah.
like, what am I going to do? I have to cut this out. Never do that again. So I guess,
Depends on placement, I guess.
we jump right in. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's, you talked first, Karin, so
What am I talking first
what
about?
are you working on? What are you working on?
Currently in my hands is some sashiko, a pre-printed sashiko bit of fabric. It's a 12.5 by 12.5 square that I'm going to use as my foundation for a intro to sashiko class.
Ooh.
Then we're just gonna make a sashiko pillow.
What is sashiko?
It's like just a running stitch, and the great thing about the
A running
pre-printed
stitch? What?
of hand sewing.
Embroidery.
It's embroidery, but sashiko thread is different than other embroidery thread. It's slightly thicker. You don't have to split the strands. It comes in multicolors or solids or gradients. It's actually pretty cool stuff. And you get a nice sharp needle with a big eye, so you don't have to squint and feel your way into threading it. For those of us who are older. And it's just kind of really, you just go in and out and in and out. You don't even have to eyeball it because you're just going in the beginning of a line and out the bottom of a line.
I have done just a little bit, and it's very fun. It's like it's better than coloring in a color book. Because
it is. It's like coloring.
something.
It's a coloring book with thread, sort of. I mean, I just have to go in and out, and I don't have to guess at how wide they are apart. I just filling it. I'm going in one direction with one color, and I'm going to do this particular one is a chevron, and I might alter the colors. Got various.
So when I do running stitch, I like to in and out a whole bunch of stitches. Is that not
Okay?
a
So
conventional
you
thing?
can do that. I'm doing it with and it's easier to do that without the frame. I'm doing it with a frame because I feel like the tension. I can go faster. When I'm going in and out, it's a 1/4 inch above, but only only 1/8 of an inch underneath, and so I have to go a little slower to do that running stitch rather than. A lot of times, what I do is I'm going to go in, but I'm not going to pull the thread all the way out before I come up the next hole. So it's a little bit. It's not a full running stitch, but I'm not having to do fancy loops or anything like that. I'm just in and out, in and out.
Well, I wanted to next ask you, what else are you working on? But I remembered, I was thinking we should all talk about the same thing we're working on.
Yeah, we'll save
first.
that.
So what are we all working on
the
right
things
now?
currently in your hands.
Well, yeah. No.
Well, we're
what are we
all
all
working
working
on.
on?
We're all working on, yes.
We have a knit-along going that's Waves of Change by Bayron, right?
Denise Bayron, yeah.
Bayron.
Or Baron hand knits.
Handmade, I think.
Handmade?
Something like that.
I thought that the Instagram hashtag was handmade.
That could be.
Could be. It's hand something. I don't know.
But she's a designer. We already really appreciate it because Karin introduced us to the Hat Dana.
No, Katie did that.
Katie introduced us
That
to
was
the
a-
Hat
I'd
Dana.
love to give that credit, but I actually loved Katie's version of it.
And then she came out with this adorable jacket that is knit in chunky or bulky yarn, and
top down, simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So lovely.
I mentioned it to like one of my Zoom drop-ins, and like 3 out of 4 of the people were like, "Oh, we all want to make that too." And I was like, "Okay, great, we're having a knit along."
The end.
And then I dragged Ann and Karin into it, and here we are.
It, to me, I described it today as it's the perfect quarantine project.
It is.
Because you're making a larger project, so it's not like, oh, now I'm done and the quarantine's still going, now what do I do? It'll actually keep you at least for the next month.
Yeah, I mean, that will happen eventually, I think. But
Yeah. But it's very,
it didn't happen in a
it's
couple
very
days.
relaxing.
No.
So we're on day 2.
Yeah, we started yesterday.
I think everybody has a really good foothold on their yoke.
Yep.
Hey, people
guys
made
have your
mistakes and they were...
sweaters
Yeah.
How did I not
Because I
bring mine
want to
today?
see it in person. Wow.
I got mine.
I was thinking that I was going to be working, and so I didn't.
Ooh.
That denim came out so
What
pretty.
is this yarn?
So I'm using a yarn called Billie Jean from Wool and the Gang, and it is, depending on the colorway you get, there's different percentages of like denim to cotton, but mine is 60% upcycled denim, which is the blue, and it's sort of marled with a white, which is 40% upcycled cotton. I mean, denim and
Okay, but
cotton
that's
is the
not a
same
lot
thing. But
lighter than I thought for considering it was coming off in your hands a little bit.
oh yeah, it turned my hands, and you can see my needles are turning blue.
Yeah, you're getting the designer blue needle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
But when you go to rinse that, block it, if it runs, it's going to have a nice washed denim-y look. I might lose some of its
Well, you
marls.
blocked your swatches.
Yes, I did.
Did they run a little bit? Nope, it's
Not
still
really.
marled.
I mean, over the course of a whole sweater soaking, it might, but I could throw a color catcher in if I wanted it to not. But,
I
that's
think I
my
like it.
swatch. Blocked, and it shrinks. I looked up this yarn, and it said, be careful, because it's going to shrink.
How much did it shrink?
Did it?
It didn't shrink a whole lot. It shrinks mostly in the length, so I might just add an extra repeat to the bottom. And I'm also taking that into account because my gauge is just slightly big.
Nice.
So hopefully I'll end up somewhere around what I'm aiming for.
See, my gauge was slightly small, but I was able to block it bigger than gauge, so I knew I was at least in the
That's
range.
typically how I would work, but with this yarn being denim and cotton, it shrunk, so it was I had to go the opposite way, is make it a little big.
I'm surprised it shrunk, though. Usually
cotton.
cotton
Do you remember
stretches.
that? Remember that Rowan denim yarn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff shrunk a
Ooh,
lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
I've
problem
heard
with
that
trying to
Kestrel
sell.
shrinks too.
Oh.
Don't say that. Mindy's making.
Well, she's washing her swatches.
Yeah, she
though,
blocked her swatch.
So.
She washed her first swatch, and it actually grew quite a
Oh,
bit.
that's interesting.
It grew, maybe because it's a tape. It is something about it being. I thought tape would hold its shape
I
better.
thought so too. It also might be her personal knitting style. Maybe something relaxes in her knitting when she swatches it.
She said that the pre-block,
washes
it was right on, and then all she did was wet it, lift it out, and place it. It didn't stretch it, and it came out half an inch bigger.
Ooh, that sucks.
I mean, that's quite a bit. That's
Something
what.
to take into account.
Okay, so she is still swatching.
That's how you always swatch.
Yep.
Katie, I always swatch. I was just trying to rile people up yesterday. We had a Zoom meeting. Please join us for
And I
our
said,
next.
swatching is for suckers.
Yeah, I said
That
that.
said,
yeah.
nobody ever who really wanted a good project.
And it was a lie. I said, before I even said it, I'm like, if you were here, you would all throw tomatoes at me. But here goes. So Katie did something super cool on her swatch, which I should be doing because I have a couple sweaters I swatched for several months ago, thinking I was going to start them right away.
I just taught my All About Gauge class, and that's one of my favorite tips is I knit because I didn't know what size needle I was going to use.
Is that why Mindy
so I
had
used,
that? Mindy listened to you, and
she did, I
put
know.
that in her swatch.
She's a smart lady.
Yes, she is.
So I knitted swatches on 8s, 9s, and 10s, and then I purled 8 stitches on 1, 9 stitches on 1, and 10 stitches because I knew I'd put it aside and then forget, if I didn't start it right away, because I swatched a week ago, and I was going to forget what size needle I used. So
yeah, I have some
now I know.
sweaters that
so
I have
cool.
no idea. The swatches are engaged.
You did all the
too.
work, and you're like, wow, I got gauge, I'm ready to go, and then...
Yeah.
And then you get to re-gauge all over
I
again.
have the cutest little swatch for, gosh, it's a great sweater by, I think, Andrea Mowry. That's,
Is it the new one that just came out?
no.
It's really
Spin
cute.
Cycle, and
She does a lot with Spin Cycle.
and it's you could do it as a cardigan or a pullover.
Oh,
It's got,
throwback?
no. It's got, baubles and color work.
Yep.
What?
I know what you're talking about.
did not know
Something
that.
stonecraft? Stone?
Let me look it up.
So I have the cutest little swatch of that.
Uh-huh.
And it's on gauge, and I did it in the round and everything, and I just don't remember. I think I can figure it out because I want to say it's 3s and 5s because I bought a bunch of 3s to get ready for these fingering weight projects that I usually do on 4s. So anyway, I regret that I did not do what you did.
It is
I want to
stone
make
crop.
Spark.
Stone crop.
Have you seen Spark?
Show us Spark.
I will show you Spark.
We should talk about what everybody else is using. So what are you using for yours?
I am
Anne's making 2 because she's a
because I'm a pain
overachiever.
I'm a pain in the you know what.
She's one of those people.
It started though. I took myself on a little day off from my family.
Nice.
And I went into LA. Went to the last bookstore and to the Knitting Tree. Mask always on, social distancing the whole way. And at the Knitting Tree, I found a really cool new Cascade 220. It's a superwash Cascade 220 that has like a gentle gradient. I think they even call it like color wave or something. So
it's really cool.
Like Waves of Change gets the color wave Cascade 220. And it's a superwash Cascade 220. And it was only maybe somewhere around $12 a skein, which for a superwash wool is pretty good.
So that's your worsted one.
So I'm making it worsted weight, and I'm making the largest size because I looked ahead to where the bust measurement stitch count was going to match the gauge I wanted, and which for me 48 inch plus 240 stitches at 4.5, I think it all works out.
You did your math.
I did my math, and so I'm just making the biggest one to do the worsted. It was a simple substitution. And then I'm making one to gauge because I went to Michael's. I don't know what this is called, and the rest of the balls are not with me, but they brought in that kind of neat Italian brand, and it was never really selling, even though it was kind of nice yarn, but because it was too much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's sort of like other big box stores selling third run cottons at quilt store cotton price. Like, you're selling okay, good yarn at like premium prices.
Yeah.
So now it's all in clearance. There's a huge clearance happening in the yarn aisles at Michael's.
Okay, awesome.
And I bought this really pretty purple, and it looked like these colors that are popping up, that they were less frequent, and that I thought they were mostly oranges, which I was like medium feeling about this. It's a lavender, but actually there's like this beautiful rusty orange, a sort of mossy green, and an aqua blue, and it's all, I wonder what you call it in spinning, where you like get that hyper wrap around it, like it's really tight, like sort of silk. You see it
Coarse
in silk
spun.
Yeah,
That's what it's called.
It's not quite that, but it's very similar to coarse spun, where those other colors.
Because when I'm looking at, it's almost like it's like a coarse one. It's because it's not single ply, but it feels a little tighter right in those sections.
Yeah, so it's quite beautiful.
So the texture's just.
It was a real sleeper in the hank, honestly, and I'm very happy with how the yarn is working up. And it's to gauge, so it's going super fast.
Is it La Lana de Signo?
That sounds right.
I'm just trying to Google search this.
It wasn't something that was going to roll off my tongue when I looked at the wrapper, and I don't have a wrapper with me.
La Lana del Signo Nero Marte Jr.
That's right.
So remember all those words.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's exactly that one.
La Lana del Signo Nero Marte Jr.
Okay.
In the color violet.
Say it with an accent.
No, I can't.
Yeah, let's
Milano,
not. Yeah, with the accent, you got to move the hands.
But they can't see that.
I know, but I can hear it if you do. I mean, Mirabella can hear it. Every time she does it, even though she's part Italian, my husband's like, you little racist. I'm like, that's not racism, that's ethnicism.
What are you using for your sweater, Karin?
Yeah. So everyone's in the same boat when you tell us about yours, because we can't see it either.
Okay, so I am using Estiva, yeah, by Barocco, and it is a gradient 100% cotton tape.
It's pretty.
So mine goes from like a medium gray blue to dark denim, like fresh brand new pair of jeans denim.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
And it's a big yarn cake. So the size, I'm doing the size 5 because I want it to be a little oversized, because I know if I wanted to hang open, things that just fit never quite close, and I'm always spend all my time trying to pull it together. rather than let it hang open. It's just my personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing a size 5, which is like a little big, but I don't care.
Well, and
It's
that was,
gonna be-
I'm on the edge between the 4 and the 5. And so it is, like, it's a jacket, so you want to layer it. So you've probably made a good choice.
Now, if I find that my gauge ends up still being small, I feel like, as long, because I think it's going to fit fine in the back and the shoulders. If I want a little more in the front and I have the yarn for it, then I think I'm just going to make the collar just a little bit wider. The button.
Buttonless
I too am making
Buttonless
size
band.
5.
So
like
it's
it.
really fun. I'm very
It is.
happy with
It's moving
it.
very quickly.
Very quickly. It goes so quickly, I have to remind myself, don't go past 10. Don't go past 9.
Oh, yeah, 9.
You gotta do your purl or your
do your
knit
pur-
ridge. I
Your
suppose.
knit ridge on the wrong side.
Well, apart from those sweaters, what else?
What
Are
else
you
are you
working on?
working on, Karen?
Oh, so
Still
many
your
things. Still my turn. Oh. What am I working on? I'm just working on class samples.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff I made up today.
Nice.
And I'm going to have it ready before Sunday, because Monday is when our classes... Well, by the time this comes out, you will have already seen the classes.
Yeah, you can click on this to listen and scroll through our classes.
Yep.
At the
Go
same
back to the
time.
email. Look at the classes.
Yep. Because, actually...
And please sign up for some classes.
Yeah. And
Please
if you're
do.
listening to this far away, remember these are video classes, so
So you don't
everyone
have to
can
be
join
local.
in.
Mhm.
Exactly.
We have a real cool format to our new classroom.
Yeah. Well, we should talk about it a little bit because I don't think we
Yeah.
have here.
Okay.
So
I'm
we're
just-
doing video classes, right? And each instructor's making YouTube playlists to take you through how to do whatever the project is. And then we do Zoom meetings.
To check in and to maybe give, if you guys have questions, you can actually ask a
Right.
teacher that you can see.
We're trying
You
to
know,
make a good balance between like distance learning, but also having access to the instructor via Zoom. And we're doing the best we can without being able to actually see your faces in the studio in person. But it's been working out well.
We like to have a nice balance between knitting and crochet and sewing.
I
Or
think
other.
that it's helping us, like, we're freshening up some classic things that we've taught, and I know that, like, as I examine some of those things, that I am finding better ways to phrase. Or,
Right.
there's some exciting discoveries, I think, being
And
made
this
as
will
we
also
do
be a
this.
great resource to have when we can teach in person again, to have these as backup and,
Yep.
you know, extra resources for students and stuff. So,
That's true. I mean, the student can meet with us, but they'll already. It's great because, like, if you, let's say you get through the class, you're working on your project, you're working on that skill, and you forget exactly, you don't know where your notes were, you can go back to the video playlist and you can watch those techniques again and again and again.
Well, I've often been solicited to go home with people.
oh yeah.
And
Yeah, I've
here
had
you
people
go.
ask if I could just stay the night with them for a couple days and
I
just
always
camp
say
out.
you're not the first person that has offered me that.
Yeah, I have standing order with my family.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So it's been fun so far.
Yeah, we've got some good feedback.
Yeah.
So
So check it out if you haven't already.
yeah.
And again, it gives people far-flung access to us who, if you're not in Ventura or not driving distance, and been curious about what we're like as instructors, you can take a whirl on one of these classes.
That's true.
There's a lot of investment value in them because you get to keep the videos.
Yeah.
So, any other things you want to share, or
What was I doing?
make people wait to look at the newsletter?
Well, they don't have to wait. They've already seen it.
Yeah. I'm going to do the Dora Milaje, I'm not pronouncing this right, cowl. It's a crochet cowl inspired by the warrior women of Wakanda.
Okay.
It's a cowl that closes with like a button. You just sew it through and you can wear it in multiple ways. Knitting wise, I'm going to teach vertical cabling. And is another way. Instead of cabling stitches side by side, you're kind of going down some rows and picking them up and working them together, so it feels like stuff.
Very interesting.
And then like I said, the sashiko and designing. Like today, I've been working on a round bottom drawstring bag that utilizes linen calendars, like cloth calendars, as your outside the outside of your bag.
Cool.
be interested in that.
And it
'cause
has
I
handles.
have
And it
that
has
cute
handles.
Bag. They're the cute
Mm-hmm.
calendar that you gave for Christmas.
Yeah, those calendars are the size of a fat quarter, so that makes the outside cut in half. It makes the outside of your bag, and then it has a panel on the top that you can use to drawstring it closed.
The one thing is that it's a
handles.
2020 calendar. And
Yeah, I was thinking about that today.
Every time I look at 2020 in calendar form, it makes me sad, mad, and anxious.
You can just take a Sharpie and cross out some months if you want
Well, I was thinking about, like, it'd be fun to take those two and make it like an art project of, like, I don't know, embellishing thoughts. Like, make it an art journal.
You totally can.
Yeah. So anyway, I think it's a great idea what you're doing.
You can get the calendars off of Spoonflower, and I believe that probably by this next month, you might be able to start with the 2021 calendar.
Fresh
So
start.
you can say, this year is over. I am so over it. I just want to make something that I never have to look back on this year on.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Because I was looking at, Olympics. Oh yeah, no Olympics this year. Oh.
There's 1,000 memes going around every second, but one I liked that my husband came across was, I can't wait to live in precedented times again.
As opposed to unprecedented. That's true.
Me too.
Jangies, you're good.
So, Katie, what are you working on?
So I'm working on that Wave of Change jacket.
Woohoo!
I'm currently knitting on a sweater that's not mine. I'm finishing a cardigan for a customer, so I'm knitting the neckband after sewing it all together, and I gotta block it and all that good stuff. So
And that is something we do if you are at a place where you are done because of everything going on and you need someone to help do some finishing. Remember us for that too.
Yep. It's not
me.
It's not my favorite thing to do, but I do like this customer and I'm happy to work for her. So, and she's gonna pay me for it. So
If
that's
we say no, it's not because we don't like you, though.
no, that's true. I tend to say no more often these days to something. So
it's just time.
Yep. But so I'm working on finishing this, and I want to try and get the button band finished tonight so I can leave it blocking this weekend. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'm also working on Rift by Jacqueline Cieslak, and it's a t-shirt, which I haven't worked on in a week or two, but I'm using Juniper Moon Zooey, which is, or Zoe, or however you say it.
No, you say that name Zooey.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I had a friend it's a total derailment, but I had a friend in high school. We both said we were going to name our daughter Zoe. But she was going to spell it like this yarn, Zooey. And I like Zoey. And I'm like, it's fine. You name your daughter Zoe because I'm going to call her Zooey so we'll know who's who. Okay, neither of us named our daughter Zoe, but we both named them Bella.
Cute.
But you never talked about that.
No, we lost contact.
That's so weird.
We reconnected. We're talking about our daughters. And she named her daughter Bella.
Weird.
And mine is Mirabella, so I can call her Bella.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It was still meant to be. All right, anyway, so Zooey.
Oh, yeah, Zooey. So that's a cotton linen blend. It's a navy blue color that I've had in my stash for, I don't know when this yarn came out, but maybe 10 years. Like, it's been a long time.
Not as much as that. At least it came to us.
Oh, you know what?
But
I think
we've
Ravelry will tell us.
already been together as Strings and Things for 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It could have been.
I'd say it's
We
at
totally
least 6
missed
years ago.
we missed our anniversary due to this.
I wish you happy
COVID.
anniversary, though.
Yeah.
I wish you guys happy
You
anniversary.
absolutely did. And then I
sent a funny GIF and everything.
The page was created in 2014 for Zoe, so it is
6 years
6
old?
years old. So I bought it right when it came out because I
Did I get a
remember. Yeah, good job. I remember wanting to make a tank top out of it, and then I never did, and I saved the yarn in my stash, and then it just happened to be the perfect amount for what I wanted to make.
It's a very lovely navy blue.
Yeah.
You can wear that on. I also want to make that. I have this kind of cool purple linen blend that I just like rediscovered. But I didn't rediscover all the balls yet. So I'm waiting on that.
I had 2 of these balls. I needed 3 balls. I had 2 at home, and I thought, I think there's a 3rd one in my office, but I wasn't sure. But I knew I had used it as a sample in my All About Yarn class as like an example of linen. So I went into YouTube and I pulled up the video, and then I saw myself hold up a ball of Zooey, and I thought, I have another ball at the studio, so I can start it.
That would drive, if I didn't have a resource like that, that would drive me so nuts that depending on how insane the time of day was, I would probably have to come here and check.
Oh, yeah. But you live in Ventura.
Yes, I do. But I live at the other end. I think about that sometimes. I'm only just a little closer.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do still live in Ventura. I am at least in the same city.
It seems like more of a commitment to drive through 2 cities to get here. But other than that, that's kind of all I've been like working on.
That's still pretty significant.
Yeah.
I'm in one of those modes where it's Startapalooza, probably coinciding with the fact that we are preparing to release a new set of classes for the coming month, which we've been doing monthly instead of quarterly. So if you want to see something new, stay. What is it? If you want to see the weather change, just wait a minute.
Yeah.
So I am working on a hat in this moment in my hands. It's one of my patterns called X's and O's. So it's a stranded or fair isle. I call it fake isle because there's only 2 yarns, but you get a lot of color change because you use a self-striping yarn. And I'm also working on my other fake isle hat or stranded hat, which is called Waveosaurus. And it's after like the crest on a dinosaur's head.
That's your hat. Oh yeah.
So that is because I'm doing an intro to stranding class. So I love stranded knitting. I think I'm in good company with fellow stranded knitters. So I've been doing, I just find myself doing a lot, and it's a hot design
addictive
thing.
Yeah,
and it's like out in the design world, like really fresh right now. So
there's lots of traditional stuff, but there's a lot of fresh new takes on
the traditional.
The traditional, whether it be a yoke or a raglan. They've got
because the technique is ridiculously easy, and practice makes
still just
improvement, but it's easy. Yeah.
And it's one of those, it's very satisfying to knit, because you just want to do another row because you want to see what the last row looked like, and you want to keep going and going and going.
It's surprising how fast you can get through because it is like your like a puzzle. Well, to me, it's easier to me than a puzzle because I don't really like puzzles. But I like this because it's like before I know it, I'm like, oh, I've gotten halfway through the chart because I'm just going one line at a time, farther and farther, and it reveals. I'm finishing those hats. I have the last 5 videos to shoot tonight, so I have to finish them tonight. And then
I think that's what we were all doing today.
Yeah. Guess we'll all sequester in our offices.
Oh, I'm done. I got here early.
Oh, okay. Today, that is our today's activity. With this being a new rhythm to how we're presenting classes, I finally hit my stride of being able to get a little ahead instead of doing it 2 nights before we're putting it out.
Imagine that.
So last time I was working on Darumi, and there's a lot of cool Darumis, which is from a pom-pom from a few years ago.
That's the one with the mosaic on the top on the bottom.
This is this is this sweater.
Oh yeah.
So there's one that was a test knit that is made in black and white. You can find it on Instagram and Ravelry. It's one of the most liked versions of it. And she did it in black and white where it's a black yoke. And this has a little zigzag pattern with little droplets coming off of it. So the whole yoke is in black, including the zigzag. And then the black and white stripe through the entire body. And then she finishes in the second color, the white. So, and then somebody turned it into a cardigan, and then I followed someone else's sleeve from the other one I was making, and I am duplicating that sleeve. And then the one thing that's my thing is the top starts with this really cool hemmed collar, and so I'm doing that on the bottom and on the bottom of the sleeves, which is so dreamy on the sleeve.
Oh, look how comfortable that looks.
So there's going to be no ribbing, except maybe in the button band. I actually haven't decided. The button band, I might do this again. I don't know how tedious it will be after I steek it.
Well, we'll find out.
I.e. cut it open.
Oh, you're the steek queen.
Everybody steeks. Come on, you guys have.
I've never steeked.
Not yet? You're gonna soon.
Not
Don't you have something
I've not steeked
I've only
I've steeked to turn into fringe, but not in a sweater, to turn it into a different shape.
It counts.
Yeah,
Fringe
I don't
counts.
think and I haven't done the like fold over and pick up the stitches and do all that. So
I've only did that teddy bear size thing that we did when a teacher came to Anna Kappa that one time.
Oh yeah,
And I never said
So,
anything
yes,
together.
you are the
I
seat
just
queen.
Dale of Norway. All right, my princesses. I will be the queen.
we could all be queen of something.
Those are the things that I am actively working on, which is weird. It feels like there should be more. Because I feel like I'm in a starting mode.
Princess Bride is in my head.
Queen of rubbish. Queen of trash.
Well,
But I am trying to stay monogamous right now.
You've
It's
been doing a
hard
good
for
job.
me.
You've
Yeah.
finished a lot of things. Do you want to talk about what you finished?
I guess so. Let's transition into that. So, I've done good.
Yeah, you have. Every day I look on Instagram, I'm like, oh look, Anne's finished another sweater.
Oh my god.
I mean,
So-
she's not just finishing little things. She's finishing big things.
I had this other knitter I know. She's a science teacher. She's a really cool lady. She finished this really cool big old bulky sweater, one of those ones with the big balloon sleeves. It looks like it might be a brioche or a fisherman's rib. It's beautiful.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Like a big
balloony brioche
Yeah,
sleeve thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what sweater it is. But
I'll have
anyway,
to
she's
look it
like, this is my 6th sweater of quarantine.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I finished a lot of, because remember, we count when things are finished, right? I finished a lot of sweaters during the stay-at-home order.
Mm-hmm.
And I counted. And it's 6.
Nice.
Oh,
None
cool.
of them have been bulky.
That's awesome.
So I finished Alexander's sweater. I mean, some of this is old news. Alexander's. I finished both of my, what is that called? That I love so much. Scrapper Cardies. 2 Scrapper Cardies. Jupiter Crop.
Mm-hmm.
And then these 2 things, which this is Ladyfingers, which I talked about wanting to start, or I don't know if I had started it yet.
I think you had just
Yeah,
barely. I mean,
I think you were in the
just-
yoke last time.
yeah, early in the yoke, you just started it.
Is it the electric cardi? Does it look like this?
No, but I
Oh.
love that.
Different balloony brioche sleevey
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. But it's
see.
like that.
Let's
The
see.
electric cardi is a good example.
By Disco Stitch.
I
I follow somebody
Wow.
and she just
am
made
going to
that.
make one of her patterns. I'll talk about it when I actually start it though. But I am going to make one of her patterns. They're fantastic.
And
Yeah.
who's her? Just
Disco Stitch.
Yeah.
Disco Stitch on Instagram.
So while I was knitting this, I was getting happier and happier with each stripe combination.
Uh-huh.
So Ladyfingers is the easiest stranding that you could do. The designer says this is a great first stranded project, which I totally agree with. So it's like, people keep saying it looks like piano keys, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
She uses 5 different colors. I used 12.
Because
Right,
why would you
12?
do anything easy?
Well, no, it made it easier because I was using all stuff that has debuted in other things for the most part, except this green Kenzie. And this is, now it's going to be part of my next scrapper, my green scrapper. So these are both going into things that will be.
Mm-hmm.
This is from somebody else's project, this sand
Nice.
arroyo. I think it might be
Sandbake?
Christie's. Sandbake, thank you. Leftover from maybe Christie's sweater.
Yep.
And something else in here. And this blue Sueño.
What is this
also.
Tweety? Dark
This
blue.
is this cool fezza called Tweed Wool.
Well, there you go.
It's a single ply, but it has like this. It's navy with like a royal blue and an aqua tweed in it, and I loved it. So I have 12 different colors, and they all came from other things. Like all my Jupiter crop had enough that it could come and be in this sweater. And then the 3 colors from Darumi. I think that's what it was, actually. I hadn't started this, but I was telling you guys about how the fate of this Ladyfinger held the fate of 3 sweaters, including itself in it. So Darumi is finished. I'm so happy with it.
It's really cute. I love that sweater.
You should all make it because it fits great.
Okay.
My friend, I hope your winter is very cold.
Me too. I hope your winter is very cold. What a sweet thing to say.
What a lovely blessing for your knitter friends. I hope you have a very cold winter.
Oh, that's so lovely, Karin. Me too. This Ladyfingers is not bad. I actually put that on my body recently, which in this moment feels like an impossibility.
Yeah, it's a little warm in here. We turn off the air conditioner for you because we love you. We hope you appreciate your audio quality,
Yes.
which is still not great, but it's better now.
Yeah. Could be worse.
Hey,
Everything
I wake
could be
up in the
worse.
morning and it's 53 degrees outside, but I still want my windows open so at least the house cools down.
Mm-hmm.
Because by mid-afternoon, it's 83 upstairs inside the house. And it's like, okay, we got to turn the air on. We have an
We just recently got our air conditioning fixed without having had it for a few years, and we have it on like 24/7 now.
Oh, this is the summer to do it.
See, I can't sleep when
we don't sleep with it on, but all waking hours.
Yeah. Well, we try to keep the windows open so the house gets as cool as possible, and then first thing in the morning we'll go through and close the windows and close to try to trap the cool in. But we do have an older person living in our house that freezes and feels and complains that we're trying to drive her out of the house when we have the air conditioning on.
Are you trying to?
No. If so, the air conditioning will be on a lot sooner than 83 degrees upstairs.
Yeah.
So,
Then I've been sewing a lot. So in the spirit of our classes, inspiring new things, I finally put into words and diagrams an apron that I developed several years ago called, I'm calling it the Spoonful of Sugar apron.
It is so adorable.
Thank you. It comes in 5 sizes, and I have made 5 of them in preparation for the class. And
that's awesome.
I need to make still 2 more of the sizes. And I'm like sick for making this apron right now because I have 2 more cut out and then a 3rd one, like for my personal use, planned. That's pumpkins. It's so cute.
Oh, that does sound cute. I need to share.
I have 2 pumpkin ones planned, actually. One that's autumnal and one that's very Halloween.
I have to share an innovation in aprons that I learned about.
Tell me.
My aunt bought fabric, and she was like, will you make me an apron? And I said yes, and so I told her, send me pictures of what you want. She found this one where it looks like a normal like chef's apron, but it's got pockets in the bottom corners, and those pockets in the bottom corners are insulated with insulated batting, so you pick it up and they become your pot holder. Brilliant. So you can like lift things out of the oven with your apron and set it on the counter, and I was like, that is an innovation.
Gotta have that.
I'm going to try and put those pockets into her apron that I make because I have the insulated batting. And
keep me abreast.
I
want to know how that works.
Yeah.
That is so great.
Isn't it cool?
Because
it was like a Williams-Sonoma apron or something.
I can't tell you how many times
awesome.
I go to try to find
the pot holders.
Yeah. And they're attached to you.
I set them down someplace, and I probably move them.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant. So, lots of aprons. I taught my son how to make the burrito pillowcases. He made himself some burrito pillowcases. And then I'm teaching my daughter how to do that. We're trying to do 1 night together each week so that they can get some of my focus since I'm kind of spread thin right now. So Bella made a felt donut that I made along with her.
That was so cute.
Pretty cute. And then Katie was looking for rainbow fabric.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I had to kick you in the butt to make that.
Oh, no, it was great. Because I'm like, I saw it and I was like...
I only needed a little scrap for a mask.
Yeah, I'm like, I have a plan for this. Bella would be mad if I if she remembered and I gave it away or whatever. Not that you were going to use the whole yarn.
No, I needed like a 6x5 square or something.
So I was like, well, if I just cut out the thing that I'm going to make for her, then you can do what you need to do. So I finally... This was on my Make 9, which I never actually formally composed my Make 9 for this year.
So, hey, it's a very free-form Make 9.
Right. Make whatever you can finish. Like, what can you do this year?
Or
just
whatever
do that.
Whatever makes you feel good, make that.
Make however many, whatever it is.
Self-care Make 9.
Yeah. So I finally made an Ogden cami, which I have been planning to do for a long time. And I...
Sorry.
I'm not going to compete with that.
Maybe pick up from you just made an Ogden cami.
I just made an Ogden cami. It's so cute. So it's this lavender fabric with little purple stars and perfect little rainbows all over it.
It's very cute.
And then I lined it with a coordinating fabric, which is even cuter. Well, the fabric's not cuter, but the combination was very cute. So Maribel is going to get like a grip of these. She's 9, and I made her the size 0 because she's a little too big for size 10 in girls' sewing patterns. And True Bias has won my patronage forever for one simple kind act, which I'm sure they knew this would be the result. So they resize Ogden. And they are selling a mini Ogden sizes 0 through 18 and sizes 14 through 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, great. Now I'll have to buy that. Because even when I bought it, I was on the edge of the 18 and was going to have to adjust it a little bit. I'm a little bigger than the 18. So they just sent it as an update.
I've had
wish
that happen with a knitting pattern too.
I wish I had bought it before, because then I would have had all the sizes.
Yeah.
But
that was so nice.
Yeah.
And my heart's so full from just that simple gift from another small business and I can't wait to make, because now that I've made one, so easy. Now the big girl one does have darts, which slows you down a little bit. Whoa. But it's gonna fit nice, I think.
It's gonna take you an extra 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
well, you gotta mark them, so give me 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the dress hack.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna Ogden hack
into the reef.
Oh, that's cute.
Fabric that they just got. It's super buzzy.
I don't follow a lot of hashtags, but Ogden hack is one of the
one with the
hashtags
one with the dress, the maxi dress is what I want.
I like it with yeah, that's I can't wait to see what you do. It's too cute. And it's a very hackable pattern because it's just a simple camisole. Like if you're not familiar with it, it's an A-line camisole with spaghetti straps. Oh, the other thing that makes me excited about it is my love and use of the loop turner, which is sort of a new sewing tool for me in the last year. Because I used to just skip spaghetti strap making, and I would just make a really narrow like piece of binding kind of.
Like a quarter fold thing.
Yeah. Instead of doing a proper loop, even though there's other tricks other than the loop turner. But they all seem more tedious. So, which living through the 90s and being a sewist during the 90s,
lots of spaghetti straps.
There's a lot of spaghetti straps. Like, so that was a lot of
I have a lot more bust than I did in the 90s. So.
Well, I'm looking forward to the wider strap of the larger Ogden.
Yeah.
So I'm so on the Ogden train. I mean, I knew I would be when I finally did it. I've been studying and watching it. For such a simple thing, I've been really watching it and thinking about it.
It's probably like, why didn't I just do this?
do it, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you doing it so I can have a little bit of your fabric.
Happily. I'm like, do you have rainbow fabric?
Why, yes.
I have this one perfect piece. But yes.
I saw my niece the other day and she was like, hey, Katie, I'm sorry, I lost my mermaid mask. Aww. And I was like, that's okay, I can make you another one. And she goes, can you make me one with rainbows instead of mermaids? And I was like, of course I can.
Yeah.
And then I texted Aunt, do you have any rainbow fabric?
You would think with a daughter like my Bella, who is a rainbow, she's my baby after a miscarriage, so you'd think that I had boxes. So I was actually
That's why I was surprised that you needed to like cut into something. Yeah. I was like, you don't just have a little piece of something.
I was actually shocked.
I thought Bella definitely, wanted something.
Yeah.
I also had some space cats. I might make her more. Ooh. Oh, maybe I'll pass it on to you because that seems very cute. Bella. Somebody gave it to me. But anyway.
Is it like brown backgrounds? And
I'll go get it. I think it's like a navy background.
Because I made Alexander's pot holders with space cats because he's also my cat lover. So I finished a lot of things. Karin, what have you finished?
I really only finished one thing, but I started like a dozen. I am crazy in squirrel mode.
Space cats is so flipping
Oh my gosh!
cute.
Okay,
Somebody gave it to me, but it seems like something one of your children needs.
It's cats
well, you gotta make her mask first
with helmets. And Saturn.
Thank you. I will love sharing
some of them don't need no stinking helmet.
You know what? So we went to the desert to look at the comet.
My son actually got up at 4:15 in the morning so he could see it.
No one in my family would.
No, not the comet. Sorry. The Mars launch.
We were camping that weekend, and I was too lazy to get up out of my comfy camping chair to walk down to go look at it.
I can still see it.
Yeah.
With binoculars in extreme darkness, which
is
what we did last weekend.
Right.
We traveled with 2 telescopes and our high power binoculars, and because of stuff, no need to go into the story. Neither of the telescopes were equipped to work, and so we traveled all the way to Joshua Tree with those.
Oh gosh.
And then we all look at it through the binoculars.
Yeah.
And it was above Leo, though, so I like that. That's my sign. So it looked like this. So I'm pointing to, like, a swirl of blue puff.
Yep.
And it looked like, and almost like true to, like, this is bigger than it was in my field of vision.
Right, it's about that big.
Yeah. It was maybe a 1/4 inch in the field on the binoculars. But it was still cool to see that once in a lifetime. Like, once in our lifetime.
Yeah.
How many lifetimes of humans before it's visible again?
So... The other things I finished.
Yep.
I did finish something. There's a collection that came out called Wood and Smoke. The Wood and Smoke collection by let me see, who is this? This particular view of Ravelry is not working. Hold on.
You have the computer next to you.
Yeah, I gotta fire it up. She's got it. Okay, look up. And if I'd actually brought any knitting tonight. I can't believe I didn't bring any knitting.
Farmer's Daughter's Fibers.
Farmer's Daughter's Fibers, and I like their stuff a
I
lot.
would like to get some of their yarn. I hear
It's
good
got
things.
a rustic quality to it. It's
I like.
yeah, I feel very grounded in the earth. Like if it had yoga yarn, this was it.
Yoga yarn.
So
Put your palms down to feel grounded.
the Wooden Smoke collection is 7 patterns, of which I finished one. I started a second, and I've got yarn waiting for yarn for the third.
Wow.
This, and I would actually, except for the socks, the slippers, the red cedar slippers, only because I'm just not. But I say, okay, I shouldn't say this because
It's going to be your
then
next
I'm
favorite thing.
going to do it next time. Because I told myself I wasn't going to do the Wooden Smoke shawl, and then I found I had stash.
There you go.
So that was a good project, and it was a
Sometimes
learning thing. So
The yarn
that's by
tells you.
Sarah Barker. There's like 4 or 5 people that are working on this. Anyway, so that I finished the plume hat, the DK version, and the yarn it calls for is the Farmer's Daughter Fibers Pushkun DK, which is really cute. It's a nice, it's a plied yarn, but it's got a homespun feel to it. And also the Farmer's Daughter Fibers Oh Dang. That's the name of it. Oh Dang.
Oh Dang.
And it's like a silk mohair blend, a fuzzy. And it's really neat because it's a knit ribbing band, and then you bind off, and the bulk of the hat is done in crochet. So it's a knit and crochet skill hat.
Nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I didn't need nearly as much as they said. And I followed the pattern, so we'll see. When I block, they did say wet block it, and because it really poofs and blooms in the water. I haven't done it yet, so I'm excited to try that.
Wet block for life.
Wet block, yeah.
Unless it's silk. Don't do that though.
No, this is what is this? This is, I'm gonna just click on it.
If someone tells you to wet block silk, they're trying to sabotage your life, and you shouldn't trust them.
It's 100% wool rambouillet.
Ooh. Oh.
You have a rambouillet story?
No, I was just thinking of cool breeds of yarn or sheep that make yarn. And there's this girl in New Zealand who is taking like a meat stock sheep that has a long staple. Like she took a picture of the staple, and it was like the width of her hand.
Whoa.
And all that wool for all this time that the sheep's been being bred for food, it's trash. I mean, I don't know.
Well, okay,
if
it's
the whole
long, but what's
industry
the
trashes
quality
it.
of it?
I don't know, but she seems to love it.
Oh, okay.
So she's on Etsy. I'd have to look her up, but
Fascinating.
she didn't.
Because there are some sheep that are
really-
both, but,
Yeah.
but unless they're in an area that wants to utilize the mill, and have it milled, I guess.
Look
That's
at all
awesome
that
that she
woolly
does that.
waste.
Yeah.
I know.
So
Look at all that potential yarn.
She only has it as carded or like as roving, and I am not in a spinning mode right now, so that is why I did not jump on it.
That's cool,
Because she does spin yarn and sell it. If I find that she's doing that, I think I started following her on Instagram, so hopefully she'll pop up and I'll talk about it with her name next time.
Quick thing about the Farmer's Daughter Fibers is it is a one woman business, indigenous,
Is it?
and she's indigenous too, and she's up in Montana, which is actually pretty good sheep country.
Yeah.
And I think it's milled up there. Everything is done up there as part of a local industry.
I didn't know
But it's
that about it.
And
Cool.
and she has the other thing she has going on, and I got a recent because I'm on her newsletter, is they have what's called the Sisters United. She does as a charity, and what it does is they have different fundraisers that they do to help the local students be able to get scholarships for college.
Very cool.
And it goes to indigenous young adults, young kids or teenagers.
Cool. Now
So
that your
that-
children are in their 20s or approaching their 20s, aren't they still like that? Feels like
Oh,
children.
I only have one left that's
That's
approaching
children.
the 20. So
Now that your one son's approaching 30, I'm just kidding. I'm just
okay,
teasing.
you know what? You are not my friend anymore.
Oh.
I lied. You're my best. You're one of my best friends. So you know that I don't
It was
mean
a
that.
low blow anyway. Sorry, kid.
Yeah.
Check in with me in 10 years when Alexander's doing the same.
You know, it's, having an almost 30-year-old at home that can't go out and do anything is not a fun
How hard
situation.
is adulthood right now for everyone?
Yeah, that's true.
He's slowed down on his acquiring of stuff. He's got a room that's only got enough room for a twin bed and a desk, and you can't really see the floor for all the comic books and Star Wars Lego stuff.
I lived with my mom till I was 25, like the month before I turned 26. So same thing. I was allowed to stay till I was 25. That's the rule at my mom's house.
Well, we really,
I moved out and then I moved back. So
yeah, so no, there's no judgment on it. I just forget how old your children are. I can keep track of the one who is 1 year off of Alexander.
Yeah.
But that's how it was for me. That's why I was like, oh, it's really time to move out. Like, as soon as I am able, because my room was full of stuff to go make my own life.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I'm 18, I've graduated, I'm no longer a ward of the court, I need to make my own way in the world.
My little brother was kind of like that. He was the earliest out and has never turned back. And he has said there's no way in God's green earth that he'll turn back.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good now that he's 35.
If I could have, I don't think I would have gone back. I felt like,
Well, now that I rained on this parade with my shitty comments,
let's bring it up. What else are people completing? Katie!
What have you done?
Nothing. No, I had to look back and Anne had to remind me that I had finished the very V-back raglan that I was probably working on last time.
Is that a test knit?
Yes, the pattern is out now. I finished it really early July, so that's why I kind of forgot that I had finished it. But I finished that, and that's really all. I've been working on class samples and stuff, so I haven't really finished any big knitting projects, but I don't have anything really exciting to talk about, unfortunately.
Well, that top's pretty cute. And it's not like we haven't been busy.
Well, I feel like, yes, I have been busy. At the same time, it's like, well, what the hell have I even been doing? Sometimes it's nothing.
I have been working on foundation paper piecing quilts projects that I think, did I talk about last time having finished July's? Probably not.
I don't think
that
you've
the
talked about
tattoo
this
quilt?
much.
The tattoo quilt.
I think you did talk about it, but
I was working on it. I think I probably finished it pretty early on, thinking, no, that was June.
I don't know.
And I finished my medallion wheelhouse for June, which is an Anna Marie Horner. But I have not cut anything out. I thought I would get through July, but I haven't. I almost finished July's tattoo one, and then I found right in the middle I made a mistake.
Can you show us what you've got so far?
I absolutely can.
I know this quilt is so cool.
You're gonna see the mistake. It's like,
what if we pretend to not see the mistake?
I've carefully pulled the seams out, so you're gonna see the hole where the paper.
All right.
We are now waiting for Karin.
I can't
to
wait
emerge
until we finish our respective waves of change. And then in August, we're all putting them on.
Nope.
Nah. The air conditioning will be going on that one.
So
cute.
They are two swallows holding a part of a banner that reads hope. And there's the corner.
Obviously I see the mistake because you have empty stitches, you have undone stitches.
Because I'm not undoing all this other stuff. I'm just going to very carefully piece that and seam that back into...
What had happened? Because it's fixed now without sewing it down.
Yeah. This corner where the banner turns, I accidentally put background in instead of, and so you see how this one has a nice curve, nice little shape.
You should just count yourself as finished because it's covering the hole.
It's pinned in. Yeah, it's pretty much finished. This is fun.
Remind us what the quilt is.
Okay, it's called the Tattoo Quilt, and each month you make a different rectangular shape, and they have very affirming words like truth, and the first one was truth, this one's hope, they've got love, they've got courage, and each one is like some kind of an animal or a symbol. Like the first one was a hand, and it had truth on it, or it had a heart in the center of the palm. And I'm using, for the most part, all Tula Pink.
Nice.
So I've got Tula Pink.
Oh, you have the new ones.
I have, yeah. So some of this is from the new True Colors, and then I also have the homemade Tula Pink homemade, and then I've got a gray Kona background. Although for this banner I'm using Juicy Juice because almost all Tula, and some of it is like old bits from other Tula yarn. But mostly I'm like, anyway, I guess we already talked about what I'm in acquiring other projects. I need a new project.
It's starting time. That's why I was surprised that I didn't have more to say that I'm working on. I do have like a couple of things that I'm on the edge of starting, but I'm not ready to talk about them. That's maybe why I feel like I had more to talk about. But there's something in the air, Karin. You're not alone about...
You know why? Because it's got that beginning of school year feel.
Does it?
Is it? Yeah.
Probably not, because we homeschooled and we never really had a break in between.
Well, and that might be why it's not so... Because it doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like I'm in a timeless...
The mornings are so cool. It feels like... I'm like, does it feel like fall? But...
The weather this week has been delightful.
It's been awesome.
I know it's like been warmer in the days in Fillmore, but
it was hot today.
Like I really needed a sweater on. I think Tuesday night I was over here and I went out to my car and it was like misty and there was a wind blowing and I was chilly.
It's maybe that's it, because in the mornings, because I'm always out the door or in the morning, either going to the market with my mom-in-law at 8:00, so before I go to do private lessons, or I'm just out early for something or the other. Anyway, so in the mornings it feels chill. It's funny, so we like when we had our stitch night, and one of the gals says, she's from back east, and she said, "Oh yeah, it's getting colder because it's almost August."
No, she said I have to start working on winter things because
it's going to be August. Yeah. And I'm thinking, for us that would be, I have to start working on winter things because it's almost November.
Yeah, because October is our hottest month.
Yeah.
Like I've made an effort in my own brain to never forget that October will steer you.
I was just talking to my sister
every
about
October
this
is Indian summer.
Yeah.
About how you see all the fun fall stuff coming out, and it's like pumpkin candles and all the fabric collections and stuff like that, and you're like, nope, don't fall for it because it's not fall.
Except there is some.
You guys get to listen to our really fun neighbor who likes to drive fast.
I did finish something else.
Almost. The energy in the air in October, most especially because it's hot, because we're getting the Santa Ana winds. There's this electricity that always still fills me with what I love about autumn. Like this.
I understand.
I read this essay one time that there's actually more electrons in the air when we're having Santa Anas, and that's why kids act weird and are full of. And it wasn't anecdotal, I think. My goodness. Are we having a drag race outside?
It's just one guy.
Really? Is it just one?
I was going to edit it out, but I don't think I'm going to be able to anymore. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but
a fun Friday
I'm assuming
night.
You probably can.
It sounds like he's drag racing, which is
with
a good
himself
street for drag racing. Well, you grew up in Fresno a little bit, so
yeah, I know Herndon Avenue.
Yeah, that's where American Graffiti, right?
Yeah.
Well, Modesto, Fresno,
same area.
I think of it as the same because I have an aunt and uncle in one city and an aunt and uncle in the other city.
It's all the same.
It was pretty much the 50s. It was before my time.
Yeah, but it's still notorious for that, isn't it?
Yeah, oh my god.
Anyway. So what else did you finish?
Yeah, show us this thing.
So this
we have
was
a whole
finished.
To get to, so.
I made a mistake, and so what you're seeing is me making another correction because So I made a quilted panel of Advent.
It's so cute.
It's cute, and so
very woodsy.
I thought, what am I going to do with the back? And so I had some leftover fabric, and I did a really cool piece.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Little piece design with curves and
path.
Yeah, kind of with curves and stuff.
Cool.
Cute.
So I don't know when we'll get to use it.
I love that fabric you have on the back. It's the Tula Pink Christmas
It's
fabric.
not. Yes, it's homies.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's like a wood print, but with little pine star designs for the knots.
Her Christmas line is it's atypical
really
to her color palette, but it's totally her personality, and I
Very
love it.
whimsy.
Like very unexpected.
I thought, you know, maybe if we ever do an Advent, we would like do something with, instead of each countdown for Christmas, would be like, and I'm just throwing this out there, so it's okay to shoot it down later.
Can I shoot it down now?
Well, I thought each one of these would be like a drop-in.
Oh.
A drop-in Advent. I don't know.
Cute.
So I don't know. It was a panel, and this part's the panel, and I widened it with extra coordinating fabric.
Beautiful.
So it was one of those. I actually got it a year ago, and I thought, I feel like doing something with it.
A fun little project.
You gotta follow it when it, that seed of I want to do this. when it
If I
is
don't,
blossoming.
because I thought I would do it last year in time for Christmas, and that didn't happen. So I thought I'm going to just work on it, and if we use it someplace for Christmas, it has I forget the name of the designer, but it's got these whimsical woodland animals on it.
It's cute.
Anyway.
Did you get super fuzzy maybe?
Yeah, super buzzy.
Like something you
Cute.
can get there.
I think it's a panel that they keep mostly. Yeah.
Well, I
super
decided that we were going to instate a new thing where if it's your birthday month, you get to decide what the topic of the episode is. So August is Anne's birthday month, which means she got to pick what we're doing today.
All right.
Yay.
So
What are we doing today?
Is we are going to take a quiz. So I want to give credit where credit's due. I've been enjoying a podcast called Best Friends with Nicole Byers and Sashir Zamata. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, do not listen with children around. But it is very good. These two women are hilarious. On the basis, I've listened to like a live episode and a couple of their regular recorded ones. It seems that they like interview a set of best friends and ask them the same questions about each other.
Sounds fun.
But separately. So they are very funny women, and they are great interviewers, and I am loving it, and I can't wait to listen to more. So in their live episode, they did friendship quizzes to see who scored the best. So we are not going to do a friendship quiz.
Too much pressure.
Yeah, right. We're going to do, but I thought it'd be fun to do some kind of quiz where we all score and see how we turn out. So I found this on Mood, moodfabrics.com on their blog.
Society, SEW.
And it's quiz, what fabric are you? So we're going to go through, and we all have it loaded on our devices so that we can answer and get our score at the end. And I'm going to read off the questions, and we'll respond aloud. Who's your favorite fashion house? The choices are Chanel, Moschino, Burberry, Stella McCartney, Fendi, and Alexander Wang. So I like.
Okay, what
it's
if you
hard.
don't know? What if you don't know who these people
Well,
are?
And you can pick one of these pictures that
that
speaks
appeals
to you.
to you.
Oh, okay,
I could see you, Karin, as a Moschino because
that's what I picked.
Yeah, well, because it's very like Moschino's kind of like identifying fabric as that great zigzagging stripes that is sort of like Zandy Peters' fox paws. And that's like their I can't think of the right word, but they're like brand defining fabric.
I thought that was Massimo.
Oh, it's not Moschino?
I know what you're talking about, but I thought that was Massimo. Is like a chevron.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I'm gonna look up most.
Isn't Massimo like an old Target brand that doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah, but it's something else. I could be wrong. Anyway, sorry.
Okay.
Don't listen to me.
We can listen to you.
Moschino's very like kitschy, like
Actually, it's Moschino.
The way to pronounce it?
I'm just not Moschino and Vetma.
What?
Vetma. Oh, I think the name is.
Gosh,
I don't know. I'm looking because I'm looking. How is Moschino pronounced? It's
Alexander Wang has always
Moschino.
appealed to me. Burberry appeals to me, and so does Chanel. I'm gonna go with Chanel because I adore Coco Chanel as a like personality.
yeah.
I could see that. You like tailored, a little more tailoredness.
Kind of.
I like the casualness that I'm and like you said that I'm seeing fun print. I'm going to the Moschino.
I'm
See, I'm
choosing
saying
the
it
same.
wrong.
Moschino.
It's all whimsy and bright colors and cash.
Okay. Clearly, this is obviously something...
Missoni is what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Sorry.
Massimo is an old Target brown.
Yes, it is.
Because
Yours wasn't right.
I used to mix it up with the designer brand.
Missoni is the chevron. This is what you're thinking of, right?
Yeah, that is exactly.
That's Missoni.
Yep.
Okay, never mind. We got there.
All right, sweet.
What's the next question?
What ice cream are you?
What ice cream am I, or what? It's not which one you like the best.
No,
which
what
one
ice
are
cream
you?
are you?
Oh my.
Strawberry, vanilla, chocolate peanut butter, sorbet, vegan. But you could see my face. Sorry, vegans.
I'm feeling like I'm a chocolate peanut butter. Like pretty basic, but not too basic. Like I got a little bit more going for me than just being plain chocolate.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
I also am going to select chocolate peanut butter because that's the only way.
Are we gonna all be the same fabric?
I don't know. No, because I already chose different. What is Karin? Karin, what are you?
I'm sorbet.
All right.
Okay.
Go sorbet.
Because there's more layers to that. To me,
Is there?
If it's a rainbow sorbet.
Or there's fruit chunks.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of chunks are in you? I don't know what that means. It just sounded
I don't know
fun
either.
It sounded fun to ask.
You don't have to answer that.
Okay,
It's not a question on the quiz.
Okay, what's next?
The next question is definitely a
Oh, yeah. I mean,
commercial sponsored.
I did
question.
find this on a store's website, which is a great fabric store. But what is your favorite Mood Fabrics free sewing pattern? Which
Aside
they
from
have-
all of them, of course, is what
of
it
course. It does say that.
Okay,
Which they
I
do
think-
have some great patterns. So...
I think I know one of two. It's Anne is one of two.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be interesting. So I haven't really looked at these.
It's not which one are you. This one is which is your favorite.
Yeah. Dahlia
Okay.
coat, orchid dress, rosemary blazer, Piper shorts, hibiscus robe, Marina jumpsuit. Which I'm gonna side note, something I didn't mention that I finished is 2 pairs of shorts. They came from Seamwork. One is Heidi. One is Dorian.
You did both of
I
them?
finished them both.
Which one
They
did you
are
like better?
2 of the best zippers I have done in my entire
Congratulations.
30 years of sewing. One is a 63-page instruction, or something like that. 43. It's a lot of pages
For a pair of shorts, but
for a pair of shorts, and 20 of them is the fly construction,
Ah,
and then like 10 of them is how to put the elastic in because there's 2 ways, and I'm like, are you kidding me? With I printed
goodness
this?
gracious.
Great, very detailed instructions. is the point.
Apparently.
But my fly is so on point.
your
And
fly
then-
is fly.
Yeah, and that's for
The one point where people probably aren't going to be
I
looking.
know. The Dorian has the fly construction, and then which is unnecessary because it has elastic bands on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did an invisible zipper on Heidi. I need to do a lot of changes on them, so I both like and dislike them equally.
Side note. Okay.
Okay, so I made shorts. 2 pairs of shorts. I haven't made shorts in 20 years. I don't know. Something like that. All right, Dahlia coat, orchid dress, rosemary blazer, Piper shorts, hibiscus robe, which is drama.
That is like a cosplay.
It's
Yeah.
totally cosplay.
She looks like one of those beta fish.
Yes, it totally
The
does. It's-
sleeves are totally beta fish.
Yep.
I mean, you can tune in and
You
do
put it-
this along
You know,
with us
if
while
she's
you're
holding
listening.
a sword, she would be a beta fish. In
Yeah.
front of a mirror, she
A
would be a
fighting
beta fish.
fish in front of a mirror. So, like, you could easily be looking at these pictures.
Yes.
I could see you in the jumper,
I like the jumpsuit. you're
but
right.
I really think you're the blazer.
I hate the
Seriously, but you make so many blazers.
No, I
No, you don't. You
She
don't.
doesn't
I-
like that blazer.
I aspire to make blazers, but
Oh, okay.
that one feels very dated.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
very-
very
Oh,
like
yeah, it does.
like
Okay.
late 80s.
Yeah, or
No,
Like
no,
it
I
should
was
have
thinking-
bigger shoulder pads or something.
it
I
feels
was
like
thinking-
the 90s trying not to be the 80s.
No,
Yeah.
see, to me, it reminds me of the early 2000s when those dresses that were darker in the center or darker, they're darker on the
it's the-
sides, the silhouette
It's
shape.
the weather girl dress.
The weather is that,
Yes.
is that really?
Yeah.
That's what started
Because
with?
a lot of weather girls wear that dress.
I'm
Even
going,
now.
To make themselves seem slimmer.
I'm
Wow.
going with the Piper shorts. I like the vibe of this picture, and I like her sunglasses, and I think that's the only one of these that I would actually wear.
I like the Dahlia coat, the orchid dress, and the jumper. I'm going to go with the orchid dress because that feels so breezy easy. What's Karin?
I was between
Beta
the
fish.
orchid dress. I like the beta fish. Will I
They're
ever
so
wear that?
pretty.
I like
Beta
looking at
The
that.
beta fish is very Karin.
It's
But
really
Karin will not
beautiful.
actually make that or
No.
wear that. So
Oh my god, Corny Rainbow.
I think I'd go with
I
Dahlia
love
coat.
her. I don't know if you guys follow her
I
on
don't know who
Instagram.
that is.
She's an amazing sewist who does like super drama, gorgeous things. A lot of things that are like sequin skirt, sequin jacket, sequin top, rainbow things. She has, I hope I'm saying,
What is it? Rainbow what?
Corny rainbow.
Corny rainbow.
I'm hoping, because she's one of many fabulous sewists. She has these big boa, like that much drama robes that she wears just because it's Tuesday.
I love it.
And I very much... She has a bright yellow one that is so gorgeous.
Okay, you guys are going to laugh because I was at Joann's and I almost bought the cosplay pattern.
Show us.
That, it actually is called cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
It has similar sleeves, but it's more of the, like, the Robin Hood style.
Dante
with a hood.
Bought a cosplay costume because, as for regular wear, because there's not very many men's and boys patterns, and he wanted a dress pattern for an event that got canceled thanks to coronavirus. But it had a cool vest, it had a cool shirt. There's also a choice.
So, okay.
What thing are you picking though, Karin?
Oh, I picked Dahlia coat because I was between the dress and the coat, but I was just drawn a little bit more to the coat. It was like a 45, 65.
How when this must have been
thing.
published. I wasn't paying attention to the date. Oh yes, July 18th, 2018. So this was published almost exactly 2 years ago. What 2018 fashion trend do you absolutely detest? Summer fur, it's too dang hot. Duh. Baggy clothes, please find a tailor. ASAP. Victorian fashion, it's the 21st century, dress like it.
No, I actually like that example.
I like that too, yeah. Sorry, Canada. Denim on denim, no one likes a Canadian tuxedo.
I love a Canadian tuxedo.
Sheer, put some clothes on.
Okay, I might hate that one, but is it the most?
Feathers, I'm not a chicken. And it has a picture.
Honestly, that picture, I'm not a Vegas showgirl.
I might choose this because this picture is so heinous.
I am not a Vegas showgirl.
It's a girl wearing
it's
a denim
runway
skirt.
Luke.
Yeah, Luke.
It's a Luke.
Like bra bustier, a silver lame party hat looking thing with like huge feather boas and ostrich feathers coming off of it in soft pink.
Yeah.
Like that chicken should be killed just so it doesn't reproduce or put it out of its misery. Like my favorite moment in movies is Sigourney Weaver, Aliens 3. Kill me, help me, kill me. That's what that.
That's what screaming.
That's what I'm picking. Even though actually I like feathers.
I'm choosing summer fur because that just makes me sweaty.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of fur in general, but
actually some of these make me wish I'd bought more clothes in 2018 because I kind of I like the I just got out of bed and I grabbed something too big for me look.
So what did you pick? Is that what you picked?
But the thing that I hated was the fur.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of hard to think that I hated it more than the feathers, but like Kaity said, just looking at it made me feel sweaty, and that was I was physically feeling uncomfortable. Whereas
maybe because it's
the
like
feathers,
almost August and like
the feathers, I just want to laugh at.
And I love the Canadian tuxedo. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Even though the Canadian tuxedo would probably be just as hot as the faux fur, but somehow it would be cooler.
She's making a denim sweater.
And I'm going to wear it with jeans.
Yeah.
I'm making a jean jacket.
Yeah. You're at a house party and you only know the host. What do you do? Okay, before I look, I follow the host around until they're bored of me. Then I sit quietly and then I make an excuse.
Mine is I wouldn't go in the first place. If I knew I wasn't going to know anybody, hell no, I ain't going.
Real life answer, not the thing. I bring my knitting and I sit in a corner. And
okay, so what are our options?
Or I used to hang out by the snack thing, but
I bet
I can't afford
like that's in here.
Okay,
we're real party people.
Yeah, I know,
right?
Choice fun, socialize. I'll know everyone by the end of the night. No.
Sure.
No way. I hope not.
I'm hanging out with the pets, the nicest attendees. Okay, that's promising. Oh, there's yours, Karin. I'm at the snack table.
Well, I don't do that anymore because after several pounds of... all the people ever used to see me do was eat all the time. So I'm like, okay, that's not really good. So...
I'm a pretty wallflower. I let people come to me.
That's a nice way of saying I'm an introvert.
And honestly, if you bring knitting, they come to you.
Yeah, right. Why do people come to you when you're wielding pointy sticks?
Because you're fascinating to them.
Pretty
You don't
well
have
said.
to try hard. People come to you.
Obliviously checking out the art in the house. You must be joking. I already know everyone important.
I like that answer.
I would say that you must be choking. I wouldn't be caught dead at a house gallery.
No, I like that one because it kind of implies like none of the rest of these people are important. Like it's not that
'Cause
like
you know the host.
not like that would never happen to me. It's that I don't care about any of these other people. That's kind of what I'm reading
All right,
from
pick
it. I think that's what I'm picking.
All right. I chose. I'm hanging out with the pets because also I would hang out with the children, which are
Yeah,
similar.
that
to
would
pets.
be me too.
Oh, that's
You're
true.
like, where's the kids' room? I'll go
Yeah,
watch like
yeah.
Moana with the 3-year-olds.
And Kevin loves kids, so I'm hanging out with my husband and the children. It's lovely.
And they could be curious, but they're less judgy.
Better conversation sometimes too,
Definitely more entertaining.
for sure. Okay, it's summertime and the living is easy. What are you up to?
Oh, did we actually say what we were? I should probably choose
Yeah, I
something.
chose
Oh yeah, I
pets.
picked one.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, go ahead. Continue.
Katie knows all the VIPs already.
Oh yeah, I already know all the important people.
It's summertime and living's easy. What are you up to? I'm taking a stroll through the local botanical garden.
It's
Flowers
too
are
hot.
almost as pretty as me.
I want to meet that person.
Yeah. You know what? We should all act like that. Because we're all beautiful. I'm at the beach working on my tan.
I used to.
Take a hike with me. Oh, take a hike with me because I'm hiking. Picnic. Picnic all day, every day. Strolling through an art gallery. That's where the air conditioning is.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, that's what makes me
I
cry.
Okay, this is a
Oh.
fantasy question, right? This doesn't have to be factual. This would be
Yeah.
like
I know.
if you had.
Katie was supposed to be telling
I'm
us about
picking
Italy
international
anymore.
travel. That's what summer's for. Because I was supposed to be in Italy
I
this summer.
know.
So that's what I'm picking.
Oh, all
I'm
right.
picking
I'm
that
mad.
because that's what I'd rather be doing.
I love the Santa Barbara Botanical Garden, so I'm going to choose that.
Okay.
My second choice would be international travel, but it makes me too sad to choose it.
Yeah.
I guess I could choose the art gallery, but I know that I'm not choosing it for the art right now, just because the air conditioning. Which case I would be in a movie house, except I wouldn't do that either because I'm
Ew, all
sharing
the
it.
people.
Yeah,
Germs.
at least in art gallery, there's fewer people.
And plenty social distancing, no surface touching.
No,
That's true. You're not allowed to touch things anyway.
Uh-uh.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I wish I'd chosen that one.
Reopen art museums. Come on. Don't you love a good rom-com?
Do
Which romantic comedy lead are you? First, we have a picture of Legally Blonde. I don't need backups. I'm Elle Woods from Legally Blonde.
I wish I was Elle Woods.
I've never seen this movie.
Yeah, I don't know why this woman looks like this.
But I'm Megan from But I'm a Cheerleader. I
Okay,
should probably
so-
find out about that.
I think it's
I
a
guess the
movie
way
on
you're saying-
Netflix, and it's
It's at least 2 years old.
if I'm correct, it's in the like LGBT section of
Oh, yeah.
Netflix.
Gotta check
But
it
I
out
don't
then.
know anything else about it. But it looks intriguing based on this picture of this cross-eyed
I
woman.
have to choose the next one, I think. I'm looking ahead.
I gotta wait.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. It's a truth universally acknowledged that I am Bridget Jones from Bridget Jones' Diary.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Next, we have our heroine from Pretty Woman. I can do anything I want to, baby. I'm Vivian Ward from Pretty Woman. Ugh. Why? Because I'm Marie Fiore from The Wedding Planner.
No.
And hey, or I think I'm Lauren Harris from Think Like a Man, which I look like a very good movie.
I don't know what any of these are like.
Bridget Jones?
I'm
maybe?
definitely Bridget Jones.
Yeah, that's mine.
I was thinking Bridget Jones, but
I
then I
love
thought maybe The Wedding
all that.
Planner, but I don't know if I'm really. You guys can tell me because I haven't.
What would we pick for Karin?
She seems a little too.
Vivian Ward.
Okay, I'm not Vivian Ward. I can't do anything I want.
You can, you just
I
don't.
can.
You know what? Go with your Jennifer Lopez feel. Because
Yeah.
she's very detail oriented.
That wasn't J-Lo, was it?
For Wedding
It
Planner.
absolutely was because my
Because the
sister-in-law
picture, but the
looks
picture's
like
not J-Lo.
Yes,
that
it
is
is.
J-Lo and
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Oh, I guess
My
it is. It looked
sister-in-law
like
is a
Jennifer.
prettier Jennifer.
It looked like the Jennifer. What's her name? Who used to be married to Matthew McConaughey. Jennifer. What's her name?
I have
Jen.
no idea.
You know
Who
who?
was married to Matthew McConaughey?
He's only been married once, and I think he's still married to the same
Okay,
woman.
still married then, but they were split for. Nope.
I don't think you must
What's
be
her
thinking
name?
of someone else.
Are you thinking of Brad Pitt's ex-wife, Jennifer
No,
Aniston?
no.
Are you thinking of Butchin's ex-wife, Jennifer?
She's like a girl next door, Jen. Always has her hair back in a ponytail.
Yeah, no,
She has commercials.
Yeah, but
That's Jennifer
that's
Aniston.
Butt faces.
Not Aniston.
Also Ben Affleck, sorry.
Well, Matthew McConaughey has been married to Camilla Alves
No, okay,
since
so it's
a
not.
long time.
Okay, so not Matthew McConaughey,
Okay,
but somebody else
Jennifer
that's
Lopez.
like.
And Jennifer Lopez, my sister-in-law, is a prettier version of Jennifer Lopez.
That's a mighty claim.
She is a very beautiful woman.
Okay, but what
and
is her
they were
character?
getting married at the same time the wedding planner was on. And so it was weird to be like watching an actress who looks just like my sister-in-law while we're planning my brother's wedding. She's a wedding planner.
Yeah.
The movie's called The Wedding
She's
Planner.
an ambitious San Francisco wedding planner.
Ambitious, maybe.
She's
You
like
like planning. You got a planner.
planning.
You're the wedding planner. We've decided.
you got
Okay.
a planner. But she's like
I
very
got a planner.
focused on the work ahead of her. She keeps missing out on love herself. Let hilarity ensue.
I don't think it's a good movie.
It's medium.
Yeah.
It's a rom-com.
It's a J-Lo.
It's a J-Lo rom-com.
Come on, it's a J-Lo.
Oh, well, okay. Buttface used to be with J. Remember Jennifer?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why you're mixing it up.
Yeah.
He did marry another Jennifer. But
Very briefly.
But J-Lo was with Buttface.
Ben Affleck.
Who's? Oh, okay. Buttface. I did not know he was Buttface.
Are you thinking of Jennifer Garner?
Jennifer
that's
Garner.
it, yeah.
Who was
His
married
actual
to?
wife.
Who was Jennifer Garner married to?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Oh, Ben Affleck.
And
Yeah.
now someone named Scott Foley.
Oh, Scott Foley was so
That-
dreamy.
Is that her current husband?
No.
Or is
No,
she
she's
currently
unmarried.
single.
Oh, he is cute.
I love Scott Foley.
Anyway.
Go Felicity. And then later he was on Scrubs as Elliot's dolphin trainer boyfriend. Okay. We've decided. I'm sorry that you got such a poor choice, Karin. What
okay.
was your favorite subject in school?
All of it.
English. I'm all about reading and writing. Lunch. No homework and all I can eat chicken
No, not
patties.
I was just talking about lunch at school and how like I never ever went to like the like hot lunch line.
Yeah.
I went to the speed line and I lived on chicken sandwiches like chicken patties for 4 years of high school.
Nice.
So that would probably be
All right,
accurate.
Lunch.
I avoided the cafeteria because the
I don't
last.
think I stepped in the cafeteria once in my whole high school career.
Oh no, I
He
did
goes in Mountain
step.
Dew. That's my high school lunch.
I
Hot
did
Cheetos.
step, and I fell down the stairs wearing a dress, and my tray did fly in the air, and everybody, including the people at the salad bar, stopped and turned and looked at me. So that was the last time I went to the cafeteria.
Boo.
I brought my lunch after that and stayed outside in the quad.
This is not me. I mean, I do like going to the gym, but this equates to PE, which I hated.
Yeah.
I love heading to the gym.
No.
I exceeded at art.
Yeah.
Not officially in school until college because the art teacher at my high school was a major B. Science is where it's at.
Woohoo! That
That's
would be
fine.
me, baby.
Ooh, I don't do school.
I like
That is-
science, history, and art, and speech, and
Mine, yeah. I'm
was
going to
in
have
the
to choose
academic
science
decathlon,
because
so.
I was in AP Bio and Biology Club, and I was the TA for a biology class for
Alright.
2 years.
Go biology.
That was my favorite.
what about
I love-
languages? I took 4 years of French.
I think that's in lunch.
Yeah, you choose lunch.
Which model would you want to open your fashion show other than Swatch, which is the dog?
Oh, I was like, I don't know who Swatch is.
It's like I think it's a French bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
In the New York store. There is no cute bulldog at the LA store. Sorry to let you know.
Nope.
All right, I don't know any of these models, so I'm
Well,
completely...
you know Kendall Jenner, but
Yeah, not
okay.
choosing her.
No,
Just on principle.
exactly.
Slick Woods, who is very cute. She's wearing like a motocross.
Yeah.
very
Yeah, I love everything
cute
about that.
thing.
Gigi
Gigi
Hadid.
Hadid, excuse me, who is also very cute. She's got more of a boho look, complete
Yeah.
with bongos and Elton John sunglasses.
Yep.
Kendall Jenner, no thank you. She's kind of rocking a Victoria's Secret angel
Yeah.
look. I like
Haley
colors.
Baldwin is Mrs. Justin Bieber.
Yeah, she's real pretty, and that's a pretty classy look.
Yep.
Unia Pakamova, who
She's pretty
is
cool.
like a soft blonde goddess
She's like a
look.
fairy.
Winnie
Oh,
Harlow.
I love Winnie Harlow.
Winnie
she's so cool.
Harlow.
She is very beautiful. She's got like a boudoir look going.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Now, is that her skin or is that painted?
No, that's her skin.
Yeah.
See, I love that. I love that. She is just.
I would like to say that these are some skinny people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
There's Jacqueline Cizik.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to write in and make Jacqueline C-Slap.
I'm gonna pick Gigi Hadid because she's wearing the most like me clothes. Unia Pakamova is almost there because there's like this lovely drama to what she's wearing. All right, Gigi, it's for you.
Actually, going for Slick Woods. I like the daringness of it.
I can see that.
I like that.
I'm going for Winnie.
Moto look.
The moto.
If I'm mistaken, I think Winnie was on America's Next Top Model.
Nice. You're heading to the amusement park. Corona's over. We're going to the amusement park. What rides are you excited for? Oh boy. The upside down ones, I'm in.
Nope.
The swings, I'm in. All of them. We'll see. There's some boring rides. Food stands. I'm gonna be snacking all day.
Nope.
No way. I don't do amusement parks, which would be a lie because I know you two like Disneyland.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And water rides.
Water rides. I'm all about the water rides.
That's fun at this time.
I
of
just
year.
had to think about like what quiz are we like? What is it going to tell me? I just forgot. What fabric are we?
Okay.
Fabric.
Oh, this was the last question, and now we have to give them our email address.
Okay. Wait.
Which fine. I love mood.
Okay. So, it's funny. I don't like regular roller coasters. I get nauseous on them. But the highest tower at Magic Mountain that I can go down is where I actually get airborne, and you have to like unwedge the deep wedgie when you get down. I'm all about that one.
All right.
Only because my husband was going to flip out and not go down until he saw me go on it, and then he didn't want to be outdone.
Haha.
I have a strong dislike of rides that go backwards.
Ooh.
They're really scary.
Ooh, they are really scary.
I love those.
No, I hate it. And I refuse to go on any ride that goes backwards. We went to Six Flags years ago, and there was a new roller coaster called Full Throttle, and we had never been on it before, and we didn't know anything about it, so we were like, let's go on Full Throttle. And I was like, okay. So and it goes very, very fast, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and I was like, well, what happens at the end of the ride? And then you do the whole thing backwards. I was crying, like literally crying. I hated it.
I'm sorry, because the last time I went on a roller coaster other than Disneyland, like 2 years ago, probably about 4 years ago, we went to Vegas for my sister-in-law's bachelorette shindig, and went on one of the roller coasters off one of the buildings, and it was so fun. You pay admission just to ride that roller coaster. It was worth every penny, and I laughed hysterically the entire time, and I adore roller coasters.
Well, I chose water rides because that's the only one I really would be super excited about.
Nice. All right. Do we all have our answers?
Yes.
Okay, Karin.
Linen.
Oh, yeah!
Totally. I love linen.
This is shocking.
I am also linen, and I was disappointed. I was like, that's boring.
Sorry, guys. I'm still
Charmeuse?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're fancy schmancy.
Does it tell us, like, about...
Oh, yeah, it does. Scroll down.
An ancient fabric made of flax, linen is the ultimate go-with-the-flow fabric, ideal for summertime suits and spring dresses. Linen is the fabric most commonly seen at barbecues and picnics. You're clearly laid back like linen, so try your hand at a breezy summer blouse or some cigarette-style pants. Okay.
That is not wrong.
That's not wrong.
That's a good description. Silk charmeuse. Sophisticated and chic. Made from the cocoons of silkworms, this high-end
the dead bodies
fabric,
of...
I know, that's why I did make a face about the vegan ice cream. You can get that one kind of silk.
It depends on if it's Tussa silk or mulberry silk.
The high-end fabric is all about luxury. Silken and slippery, silk charmeuse does its own thing and tends to be high maintenance.
I will not say for sure if that's true, but I would not argue with that.
You're a silk charmeuse because you're expensive, and you know it's so... You know it, so own it with a beautiful dressing gown made of silk charmeuse. So even though I did not choose the beta fish gown, I still got the beta fish fabric.
Well, that was fun.
It was fun.
Well, it's interesting. I wonder, because some of the other ones were faux fur, fun and fabulous.
You're clearly fun-loving and flashy.
Wool suiting.
You're obviously sophisticated and stylish.
bamboo knit.
Ooh.
Oh, you care about the environment.
Mm-hmm.
So make a.
And then Cotton Poplin says, you're easy to work with and fun.
Cute and casual.
See, now that would be boring. Easy to work with and fun.
Oh, I'd rather do that.
It's probably the fabric that mostly
Make
we
a garment
use
that matches your style, like an open back swing tee of cotton poplin. That actually sounds fun.
Sounds adorable.
Yeah,
How
it
did we
does.
not get those? Maybe we're just not honest about who we are.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sure if
I mean, it was only like 6 questions. Like,
I'm sure if someone had picked the vegan ice cream, they would have gotten the bamboo knit.
Yeah. What's the ice cream? The key?
It might have been.
No, because Katie got linen and we both chose the same ice cream.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
That was.
So, what are you guys obsessed with?
Oh, I forgot that was the thing we have to do. Let me think about it.
I like to think about it all month. What am I most? Let's get obsessed about this thing. Is it good enough to be obsessed with?
Okay.
Karen's ready.
I am kind of obsessed with salt and vinegar flavor. Okay,
try
so we were watching a show where they made fried chicken and they sprinkled vinegar powder on it.
Mm-hmm.
I found a place and I bought 5 out of the 6 kinds of vinegar
That's
powder.
that one.
Winco
I've heard
has
that
those.
as a tip.
Winco has those
Well,
salt and vinegar wings.
I love those salt and vinegar wings.
Those are amazing. Right now we have apple cider vinegar chips from Kettle Brand open. And they're like salt and vinegar, but just softer.
Oh yeah, not quite so strong. It doesn't
that's
make you
good.
like salivate afterwards. It's just a nice soft bite.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, so that I've got in red wine and malt, because even though malt itself is not gluten-free, malt vinegar is because of the distillation, and so I believe that the powdered malt vinegar, which would be great on fish and chips.
Oh, yeah.
So my family doesn't know, and so I'm looking forward to
It's a
surprising
secret.
them with fried chicken, and
Oh, it's a secret.
I let people, sprinkle their own on, because I don't think my mom-in-law's going to like it.
Okay, I
That
have
sounds
one.
amazing.
I'm obsessed with a podcast called A Hot Dog is a Sandwich. And
Excuse me?
that says chefs Josh Scherer and Nicole Hendizada discuss, debate, and dissect the world's most hilariously controversial culinary quandaries. So some of the episodes are, is a hot dog a sandwich? Does pineapple belong on pizza? Is cereal really soup? Are Pop-Tarts ravioli? Does ketchup belong on hamburgers? They just talk about, they each take a side of the debate and
I love
talk
it.
about food quandaries like that. It's very entertaining.
cool.
And they're both hilarious, so
That sounds
highly
very
recommend A
fun.
Hot Dog is a Sandwich.
That sounds very, very fun. All right. I am obsessed with a thing.
A thing.
Burt's Bees Baby Daily Cream to Powder.
Okay.
It is summertime.
Would it be what?
Baby Daily Cream to Powder. So it's a lotion that when it dries, it becomes powder. There's another brand that has something like that, but I think you have to order online. There's Pipette has something like that. It's summertime.
Yep.
It's like to wear skirts.
Yep.
It's
You gotta
chafing.
take care of the
Therefore,
situation.
chafing time.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say it. And I've never really. My husband uses Gold Bond powder,
Yeah.
and powdering is not appealing to me. So
I still have Burt's Bees baby powder,
well,
and it lasts a long time.
yeah. If you want to upgrade, this stuff is amazing. I've been using it all week. It is finally I've been looking for something my entire adult life.
Yeah.
Because no matter what my size or weight has been, my thighs have touched.
It's
so-
unrealistic to believe that anybody's don't.
Yeah. So
When I was
I love
underweight
it.
and 115, my thighs still touched.
yeah, this
I mean,
is the
barely.
stuff.
I mean, you're not meant to not have your thighs touch.
Yeah, you can
and
get
be
it
healthy.
online. You can get it. I got it at Whole Foods. It looks like you can also get it at Target.
Nice.
I love it. I am also thinking about, but it doesn't seem to have this effect. There's another deodorant brand called Loom, but they're not marketing it as something that will help with chafing. So this stuff is lovely, and it doesn't. Baby products have that baby powder
Because it doesn't
smell.
smell like a baby.
It has a soft hint of the baby powder smell, but not really. So it's just like a nice soft scent. And baby powder, that deodorant, does not mix well with my body. So I like it.
Karen's eating chips, if you didn't hear that.
The apple cider vinegar.
And brought
chips.
loud snacks.
I bought a quiet snack too that only I've been eating. There are blueberries as well.
Which is it? These have 2 stuck together, so they're twice
You got a
as
super
loud.
chip.
That's the best chip.
Super chip. Super chip.
I agree
All right.
with you. It's a light vinegar flavor. It's not like Ooh,
Yeah, but it's still nice.
it's
I could
also-
eat salt and vinegar chips until my tongue falls off. They're like my favorite.
like the inside of
Or
your
like
cheek.
my tongue bleeds.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Because it's acid.
Yeah.
The inside of your mouth.
Yeah.
Same
gets a
thing with
little raw.
pineapple.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah, that stuff's good, guys.
good to know.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the tip.
Happy to share my happy thighs. My thighs are happy.
Well,
That was it. The
Yeah.
end.
I
That
hope
was
you
fun.
enjoyed, and we will talk to you in a month. And check out our classes, and anybody literally anywhere can take them. So we hope you will check them out. And I think that's about it. Oh, and we're
Awesome.
reading a book.
Yeah.
This month, in 2 weeks, you will get another podcast episode for the book club, and the book we're reading is called Oksana Behave by, I don't remember the name, Maria
Hold
long
on,
name.
Got it.
something. We'll look it up.
Maria Kuznetsova.
There you go.
It's another one about a girl my age. Almost
Yes.
exactly.
I was
And
looking
I
it up. I think
loving
it's
it.
like right in between you and me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my
Yes,
phone's ringing.
because she's about three. I think I figured she's 3 years.
Yeah, because she's a
Younger
little
than
bit
me.
older than me, but not a whole
Yeah.
lot. Anyway,
Oh, it's
that's the book we're
fantastic.
reading. So if
I'm
you
loving
want to
it.
read along, you can read along. And we will talk to you guys later.